This was the 1,234th package the hot girl received. As usual, she shook the package first, but firefighters arrived promptly. Thankfully, she didn't die. However, the pressure in her chest was too great, making it hard for her to breathe. They cut open her clothes and stabbed into her lung directly. The girl screamed in pain. Her husband continuously comforted her at her side. In reality, this package was sent to him, but nobody realized there's a bomb inside. On the other side, a young boy returned home and found a package at the door. He was about to open it. His father stopped him just in time, calling the police and bomb disposal experts. The police said this morning an insurance agent was killed by a bomb. This was already the third bomb package incident. The police arranged for a bomb disposal robot to retrieve the package and put it in a blast-proof box, just when everyone thought it was safe.
That was it?
After investigating, the police discovered a connection between the three incidents. They were all related to an intentionally set fire. Ray, a struggling restaurant owner, wanted to burn down his restaurant for insurance money, but was caught by the fire captain who responded. Ray was sentenced to 6 years in prison, but died of cancer last month while in jail. Ray's son Jack was very angry and sought revenge, targeting those involved. His next target was the fire captain. The police found Jack's mother and hoped she could convince him to surrender, but the mother insisted everyone was guilty. The police searched the captain's house but couldn't find Jack. At this moment, the captain suddenly realized,
or maybe you searched the wrong house.
A fire truck responding to an emergency suddenly exploded. Buck was pinned down by it. At this moment, a shadowy figure approached.
You're new.
The boy, strapped with explosives, was the one the firefighter had saved 3 years earlier in a fire. However, an investigation later revealed the boy's father intentionally set fire to their restaurant to claim insurance money, with the police taking away his father in front of him, who died ill in prison. The boy harbored all his hatred against the captain. He shouted loudly for the captain to come out. The captain came out to explain. Buck was innocent.
He wasn't even a firefighter when your father burned down that restaurant.
But the boy wouldn't listen. Just as he was about to detonate the explosives, the police arrived with his mother. In a distracted moment, the captain seized the opportunity and subdued the boy. Seeing the danger averted, everyone rushed to rescue Buck, but the truck is too heavy. Even with everyone exerting all their strength, they couldn't move it an inch. Just as Chime was about to call for backup, a miracle occurred. The onlookers rushed forward one after another. Together, they helped lift the fire truck. Buck was finally rescued. Sometimes saving someone doesn't necessarily lead to gratitude, but the work of firefighters is sacred and noble.
In the fire station, a female black firefighter reported for her first day. The racist captain introduced her like this.
This is our new diversity hire.
Then, he pointed to the women's locker room and said there was a ping pong table inside. If she is still here in a week, they'll move it out. The implication being, you can't even last a week here. The contempt in his tone left the woman speechless. When on a mission, a woman was trapped in the mud. Firefighters dug and pulled, but it was no use. She suddenly thought of the principle of the tide. She brought a water pipe and inserted it into the mud, successfully rescuing the woman. Unexpectedly, the captain said,
You're telling yourself what? That you showed us up? She's gonna be DOA.
The woman stuck her hand in a blender. Then, even though the employees quickly turned off the machine, the boss fell into a coma. Her entire upper body was caught in the machine, but she could still breathe, though her pulse was very weak. They had to stop the bleeding immediately while they were treating the woman's wound, putting an oxygen mask on her. They also dismantled the blender.
Don't move, Raina.
Although the boss's arm was severely injured, the dough wrapped around the wound, preventing major bleeding. After treating the wound, the firefighters worked together to lift the blades of the blender. She was finally rescued. Now the boss, who has lost her arm, doesn't know if she'll regret scolding the workers for taking off the safety cover just a moment ago. The girl came to the cemetery to visit her deceased parents. A figure climbed out of a grave. The girl called 911. After investigation, it turned out that the man had not risen from the dead, but had been sucked into quicksand while helping to dig a grave. Another person was with him, buried in the soil for half an hour, just as the firefighters were about to dig him out.
You okay? Yeah.
Unable to bear it any longer, the Blackie directly operated the excavator. Eventually, the man was dug up. While Buck praised her bravery, she began to worry if spirits would follow her home.
Man unexpectedly got bitten by a shark on the street. He was in severe pain, yet he wouldn't let the firefighters save him.
No, don't kill her! She's gone so far!
Just now, a truck transporting sharks suddenly overturned. The shark feeder, Jack, just wanted to check if the shark was lacking water, but he got his arm bitten by the shark. This was an endangered tiger shark. The Animal Protection Association was preparing to transport it to the ocean for release. The firefighters had no choice but to water it, while using hydraulic pliers to pull out the shark's teeth. After sacrificing 6 teeth of the tiger shark, they finally retrieved the man's arm before being taken to the hospital. Jack repeatedly instructed the captain to ensure the tiger shark's survival. The captain used a fire truck to transport the tiger shark to the shore, but the sea was right next to it. Why go through all this trouble?
A woman lay on the ground, covered in blood, yet she yelled at the firefighter to leave.
Oh, get out! Get off my property!
She had broken bones all over, but kept mumbling Lorelei. The man helped her find Lorelei, but he accidentally saw scattered pieces of flesh and horrifying scratch marks on the door. Even here were thick ropes in the yard.
Ma'am, do you keep an exotic animal in your home?
But the woman said nothing. The man wanted to call the police. Only then did the woman agree.
She's a tiger!
A what?
A Bengal tiger!
The man called the police immediately. Then firefighters moved the woman onto the ambulance. Just as the man was about to drive away, he saw the tiger strolling outside. He sped away quickly, but suddenly, the woman fell into a coma. No matter how hard the firefighter tried to save her, her heart eventually stopped beating. A car got stuck in the car wash. A firefighter rushed to rescue, but got stuck in the washer.
Oh, God! Someone coming out of bed!
Just now, the car wash staff called for help. A car got jammed in the automatic car machine. The captain asked if he could turn off the power first, but he didn't know where the power was. The vice captain rushed in anxiously, ignoring the captain's obstruction entirely. Luckily, the 2 people in the car only got minor injuries. The woman asked the captain for support, but the captain insisted until the power was cut off. He wouldn't send anyone else in for rescue. With the efforts of the 2, they removed the rear window, rescued the woman from the passenger seat, but when the man was about to climb out of the window, the power suddenly restarted. The steel frame fell down, smashing onto the man's arm. The captain sent reinforcements, but got stuck in the car wash. At this moment, the captain received the message the power had been cut off. The stuck team member was finally rescued. It seems there's a reason the captain can be a captain.
A guy lay in agony on the ground, with a pendant light stuck in him. He slipped while installing it, causing a terrible accident. The black man quickly pulled out a power saw and cut through the steel pipe. The woman swiftly wrapped bandages around the wound, but just as they lifted the guy onto a stretcher, he suddenly stopped breathing.
Nate, can you hear me? BP's dropping.
They rushed to revive him. When his heartbeat came back, they rushed him to the hospital. However, a rough patch on the road caused his heart stop again. The woman tried defibrillation, but it didn't work. Each attempt at CPR made him bleed more. Seeing the situation worsen, the black man yanked out the steel pipe and used lots of bandages to stop the bleeding. Soon, the guy returned to normal. Finally, they safely reached the hospital.